Thank you, Jose. Good morning, everybody. You have the presentation? Yeah. Okay. So I think the topic is ICT. My intention is, I think we have a couple of sessions and then we have the whole day. I assume that many of you will be around. And we'll set the context of what we need in ICT in this session. And then we have in the subsequent session, we can dive deep on what the requirements of ICT and how it pan out. And a lot of ideas and thoughts have come from many cities in India and also outside India, Malaysia or Germany or Europe and the rest of the United States. We are executing projects in all the places also. So I'm not an expert. I would like to get your views also because you have many experts, startups, professors all in the group. So anything from your side, that will definitely add value. Because smart cities is a bigger problem and it has huge, bigger dimensions. We are actually, Bosch kind of companies are attacking the technology problem, but there are much more than that, okay? We would like all our cities to be like this in India and also worldwide, and which talks about when is my bus coming, where can I park, I am in trouble, I need assistance, there is an emergency, and even the buildings are smart, means it consumes less energy and well lit, and there is a good amount of wellness and then social aspect in that place. That is how the way we look at the smart cities, and then that is why the campuses also come. Campuses means bigger work and living places together. So that's also as an emerging field. There is a reason why townships will basically become more popular than cities spreading horizontally. So, which is the presentation you have loaded? Is it the concepts or? Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, thank you. So, I basically look at it as the living actually. It includes cities, the way we work, the where we are working, and then even the comfort. The productivity is directly proportional to, how convenient you are in an office. So that's also important. So regarding Germany, we talked about Industry 4.0, but that is from a manufacturing context, but from an IT context, it's more about office. So this is infrastructure, technology. We are not touching infrastructure in Bosch, okay? Leave it to L&Ts and Shapoorji Pallonji. We are only touching technology. And of course, a little bit of citizen engagement because it comes part of ICT and then data, as Professor has mentioned. And social capital, very important in a city. If we make concrete cities and then finally the social part of our Basavangudi food street is left behind, we will not have a vibrant city. So many cities are expanding in the form without actually ignoring the real heartbeat of the city. We'll run into trouble going forward. So social capital is very, very important. But we are not touching that part also. So look at the India story, okay? And then it is not that bad, okay? Rest of the part of the world is also not great, but they have started before and does not have 1.2 billion population. So you can see that 30% of the city lives in India, and that is very small compared to, it will become, the current city situation, right? It's going to become 40%. Then any city, not only in India, parking search alone, we are talking about traffic, right? Huge traffic, but parking search alone takes 30% of the traffic because we do not know where to park. 50% of the plans are dropped, especially in Bangalore kind of cities, because there is no parking place. And average traffic speed in India, most of the part of the cities, by the way, 8 kilometers per hour. It is not going to change. We cannot re-engineer the cities anymore. Means this is the max you can get. If you do not intervene, it will go down below 8. That means it will come to that. This is typical for us, okay, in India. In a traffic junctions where Bosch has put a violation detection and auto challan. We see 1,000 traffic violation by end of the day in a one junction. Typical cities are 50 traffic junctions, right? 50,000 violations in a day. We cannot even process it actually. Not technically from a compute and storage perspective, because ultimately the police need to review it and then send it. Off late, the accident death has become very less in Bangalore. Do you know why? Very less. There is, how can you have an accident and death in this speed, right? But there is a bad situation for the pedestrians. Most of the deaths are because pedestrian issues, okay? We are the lowest almost in India, in the world. For 700 people, we have one police. So when you call 100, if they do not come, no? Because they don't know people actually. Even emergency assistance takes considerable amount of time. If you sit in an ambulance in Bangalore to take somebody to hospital, you will feel the pain. So this is where we are. And if you look at many parts of the world, it's like this. Traffic, it is not only in India. Parking, prime space. There is no space in city actually to walk. Prime space is used for parking. Actually, we cannot even afford this. If at all we are using that also, people cannot run around in kilometers and then add traffic to that, and then it is not going to work. Not a problem we created, okay? This is a early 1900s situation where people are sitting and talking about what do we do with the traffic jam of horse carts. Started from that time. So wherever there is a traffic, whenever there is a human race progression, traffic used to be a problem. And one major problem with the traffic is the problem compounds with economic development. More money we have, more we travel. Holidays, this one, that one, more cars. So, same story. I think most of you feel this, no? This happens even in Germany. Even you are in a BMW, you are stuck in traffic and you see a cyclist, boom, going, right? You feel like, this is actually the life. You are sitting in a BMW and really feel frustrated about a guy who is at a 2,000 rupee cycle, right? Simple things. It is not that India infrastructure is bad. It is similar to San Francisco and I would say even Munich, except the autobahns in Germany. Rest of the cities have similar size, similar kind of roads. Our roads are bigger and wider, I would say. Throughput. We need to increase the throughput. Means automatic traffic violation detection, no policeman jumping in front of you, catching you for helmet, and parking ticket, you are getting a ticket, bargaining with 20 rupees, 30 rupees. Remove all of that, automate it, like Hong Kong and all. 10,000 people in the morning, boom, come down and just disperse through metros and then all of this gone. Here, 1,000 people come down, they are stuck in all over the place. So we need to increase the throughput, parking search, and of course an integrated mechanism for ambulance, fire and police together so that we are on a common communication channel, talking and then getting assistance. Today you call police, they call fire separately and they are on, somebody's on mobile phone, somebody's on land phone. Not only in India, almost all part of the world, okay? But in Germany and all, you have the people have leave a line in between so that ambulance can pass through, but we don't have that much of a space. So increase the throughput is what in this, there is a limit, how much Bosch kind of companies can do. We need real support from government. So first of all, plan the whole city, right? So that, we can attack it much more systematic way. Public transport priority. Standard specification for project. Every city cannot have its own spec. That's not needed. Traffic management is done worldwide in the same way. Let it be in Munich or let it be in Bangalore. It is the same way. Registration norms, we need the vehicle plates at least to be standardized so that we can detect them properly and create auto challans. And fines and of course good governance. So this is something I would say government can, when we plan for cities, it can be easily incorporated. Then we can get the speed. It is not that we have a deep machine learning artificial intelligence algorithm for India smart city plate detection. We may not need to go that depth when we have a standard plate. Otherwise also we can do it. Technically nothing is impossible, but why unnecessarily put effort? And we talked about that, what government can do, and then additional to that, what happens is, we also need to contribute back to the society, right? We cannot leave everything only to government or Bosch and say that you execute and I will have fun. That's not going to happen. First of all, support public transport, and also to approach the public transport, the last mile connectivity. If you look at most of the startups, the money is in last mile connectivity. That is going to be the big thing. Okay, e-bikes and then connected bikes, okay? So public transport and approach to that quickly. Walking. Most of our pathways are with a transformer, but if you do something, I think walking can improve. There is a big science behind walking. I don't think our walkways are designed that way, but we need to do that. And encourage smaller cars so that we can put it anywhere in the current available space, right? So first of all, bigger cars are occupying too much of road. We don't have that much. And of course, electric. This is what we suggest. We have the technology, everything we can do. If you can avoid travel, don't travel. And shift to public, fuel efficiency vehicles, and of course, integrate planning. I mean, walking, cycling, last mile connectivity, metro, everything integrate into a city. Otherwise, you cannot solve the problem. It is impossible, I would say. And having said that, there is no space for horizontally to grow in any city for that matter. It may be there in Tumkuru because it is still an emerging town. But catch Tumkuru young. That is the idea of India smart cities. Catch them young when they are emerging. So going forward, 150-floor buildings in cities will become a norm. It will have hospitals, schools, including garden, entertainment, theme parks, everything in that. And lifts will move beyond 20 kilometers per hour, means 3 times the speed of city. Means you will go from your home to school in 5 times the speed. So that is how ultimately the cities has to evolve. You cannot solve by just solving our road widening. More the road you widen, more the problem. Currently we are living like this. Concrete jungle, the complete trees are cut, lakes are gone, everything is gone. If we connect like this, 150-floor building, everything in that building, adjacent buildings are connected over the bridges. This is how the world is emerging. Then we don't have to go out of that place at all, because your friends are there, relatives are there, teacher is there, tuition is there, Byju's is there, everything is there. So you don't have to go anywhere until unless you want to go to Germany. Okay? So that will set the context maybe for how the ICT will look like to solve this kind of problems. We'll do that in the afternoon. Thank you so much.